Good morning. This is William Ford on another Empower training video. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. It's the day after. And as always, we got some training for you here today about one of the avenues that I choose to make money online. I sell products online. I sell them on Amazon, eBay, Etsy, different domains. I have my own domains that I sell out for. But one of the domains I've been using for a little bit is Empower. Now, Empower is the world's first social media democracy and economy where it pays to post, like, share, list, and bid online. You can turn it into a full-time income, get all kinds of cash outs and payouts. And so that's what I want to talk to you today about in this video. Is I want to talk to you about this balance. My balance. How matured is my balance? Understanding your Empower balance. So let's jump right into this video, okay? I try to keep these short, but sometimes they do run a little long, so let's jump right in. Now, just to verify, I always like to show you that this is my account. This is me, of course, sitting in my car. And here is my name, Williams Ford, and today's date is, of course, 12/26/2016, the day after Christmas. Had a blessed Christmas. Hope you had a blessed Christmas. So, what is my accruing balance as of today? Right now, it's sitting at 43,907.41. Okay, it is growing every day, and it could have been much higher. I let a few things get under my skin about Empower, and then I realized what a wonderful opportunity it is indeed to be able to work on your own terms and make money from the comfort of your home office or living room or kitchen or bedroom or in your garage, wherever you go. You can take it with you. You got a laptop and an internet connection. You hook it up and let's roll, make some money. Now, how matured is that balance? Let me pull it up for you, and I'm going to explain to you a little bit about the balance because there's a lot of confusion out there about this. Okay, so if you'll bear with me, I'm trying to hold the camera and work the screen at the same time, okay? Now, as I said, that is my balance as of today. Now, what we're going to look at is how mature is my balance. Now, if you take a look at this, you'll see that there are two colors here. There's the green bar and the blue bar. And as I scroll this up, you can see that they're all blue bars. Now, blue bars inside of the details where it says view more details, that when you go over there, you'll see that there are some things highlighted in blue. That means that those are earnings. Well, when you're looking at how mature is my balance, that blue means that it is an expenditure. So they flip-flop that on you, and that may be causing a little bit of the confusion as well. However, when you're looking at how mature is my balance, there again, the blue bars, that's money that you earned and spent, okay? The green bars is the money that you have accruing, okay? Now, do I have $43,000 accruing? No, because I've spent a lot of that, okay? But I do have some accruing, and I'll show that to you in the meantime. Now, what I want to point out here is as you scroll along the bars, whether they're green or blue, you can see how that money was earned or spent. In this case, you can see how it was spent. So I joined Empower back in July, around July the 8th or the 11th or somewhere around up in there. And so I've been in Empower for about 6 months now. And have I got that MCO, that mature cash out yet? No. And I know why. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why is because before you get a mature cash out, you have to have a validated account. You have to have a method of payment on your account so that you can pay your ad platform fees. So you got to do that. And you have to pay off all of your ad credits that you've utilized. You have to pay all of that off before you get that matured cash out. Not an early cash out, not an AMCO, not a VAMCO, not a CAMCO or TAMCO or ECO. You have to have all of your ad credits paid off. If you utilize ad credits, you have to pay that complete thing off by the time you get the MCO, okay? The matured cash out, okay? Not the monthly cash out, but when it becomes fully matured, okay? Those are the big payouts. The $5,000 checks, $10,000 checks, $20,000 checks. Those are the kind of checks I want to start getting real soon. So let's look at this a little closer. So I'm pulling it up here so you can see the date. July the 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, so forth and so on. August, moving on down toward the end, that's all the way up to the 24th. Now, all of those earnings, no matter how much those earnings were, that has been spent. Now, one thing I want to point out at this time, everybody starts out as a Orange Basic power user. So you see here on the left of this chart, this is in the first 90 days. So you see that the highest earnings at that time would have been around $120 a day. Yeah, $120 a day. Now, did I earn $120 in that period of time? Just look along the chart, folks. It's pretty self-explanatory. No, my biggest day is right here. And that's where I earned, looked like 100 and looks like that I had earned somewhere around about $200 that day. But there was a lot. Let's see. I'm looking at this and I'm reading it as well. I hope you can see it. It says here that there was 105 added to my balance. Earnings from ads was $5.15, and search earnings was $100. Those search earnings were from people who I introduced to Empower on that particular day that they paid me out on that day. They didn't necessarily come that day. That was the day that they added the money to my account. They could have came back sometime in July, and they just hadn't added the money to my account yet. I don't know how they determine what the cycle is or when they're going to pay you. They have to validate all that information. And so there's always a lag in your numbers. Just know that there's always going to be a lag in everything because everything is happening in delayed real time. So that helps to keep that in mind too. Everything is happening in delayed real time. Now, on this particular day that I had, it was $105.15. And then it broke it down on what those earnings were. Okay, this is where the breakdown was. Earnings from ads and search earnings. That made up that $105.15. Now, how was it spent? That's the next portion of that. It says that was $105.15 spent. It was all of it. All of it was spent. What was it spent on? It was spent on bids and purchases and my power user subscription. It costed me $38.58 on that day for that particular power user subscription that I was at that time on that day. And this day being August the 20th or so. So by August, I would have probably been somewhere around second degree orange, or maybe first degree orange, and not necessarily an orange basic by that time, because I got started like about a month prior to that, July the 11th, okay, or so. Now, so you see what I mean when I say how mature is my balance. Now, all the blue is spent. So it tells you in the description that you see popping up in the box as you scroll along. You see all those descriptions popping up. That tells you how you earned it and how you spent it. Okay, so it's spent. Okay, enough said on that. I do want to take time before I move to the next screen. I want to show you this as well, that there's $4,034.50 available for Power Up at the time that I pulled this. Okay, I think I did pull this today, so that's about right for today. Now, it's probably going to be more than that at the end of the day, because I would have earned some more and they would have added that to that balance. So pretty soon that's going to be about 5,000, which means I can go to the next power level for me, which will be a red basic. Now, I don't think I'm going to do that, okay, because my goal is to go to second degree purple before January the 12th. Okay, I want to go to second degree purple power user and get those daily earnings over 1,000 a day. Now, just to repeat what I just said, how mature is my balance? Note where the top earning is. The top of the line, the top of the graph is a 120. Okay, that was for an orange basic power user. Okay, so that's the beginning level. There were some days in here that I made over $80, and there were some days that I made over $100. Okay, there was only one day in this period between July the 26th and August the 24th that I actually earned more than $100. Okay, I never did top that 120. Okay, that was within about that first month period. There again, I was an orange basic. So moving right along, how do you move to the next month? There are arrows on both ends of this when you're moving through how matured is my balance. So you click that next arrow. This is the next arrow right there. It's the next arrow. So I click that, I wait, and it loads the next month or so. Okay. Now, notice the top of the graph, 320. You see, that's what I'm trying to show you, folks. When you come to Empower, you don't know this. So you could be making a whole lot more money if you understood it from the beginning, but you don't. There's a learning curve, and once you figure that out, then you can start making more money. But by that time, you've already wasted a lot of time and money. Okay, and it's just all in the learning curve. So that's why I'm making these videos, so that the people who watch and subscribe and like, share my videos, they can help future empowerers earn more money. And you can get cash outs quicker because you know what you're doing. But see, you don't know when you first come, and your success coaches, as far as my experience with my success coach, I've had some good coaches, but I've also gone through about 10 of them in that period of time. You know, in 6 months' time, I've had about 10 success coaches. I had one coach that was pretty good, but all the rest of them they haven't been very good. And that's just the honest truth about it. They're success coaches, but they don't communicate with you. They don't answer questions. Now, this is not to knock success coaches. We're here to understand how we can cash out. How mature is my balance? So let me just move on. Now, looking at the next period, you see this period is from August the 25th all the way to September the 23rd, about the next month. But as you see, blue bars, okay? So what does the blue bar mean? Now, up here in the description, you remember I was telling you about this earlier. In the description, in the details of your balance, the blue is where it's in solid blue. Those are earnings. Those are earnings. Now down here, they are past earnings. Only when you see the green bars is it accruing balance, okay? Up here in the my balance, that's all-time earnings. All-time earnings. All-time earnings, money you spent over time. Okay, so have I spent the whole $43,907.41? No. Okay, I'll say that again. No. We'll look at the details of that, but what I want to show you is how mature is my balance. Okay, I'm trying to explain this to you in so many words. Now, bear along with me here. Again, as you scroll through this, just roll the mouse over the bars. You'll see the description of how you earned and how you spent it. Okay, so during this period of time, my earnings jumped from 120 range, my highest day 105. Now I have a day where I actually earned $289.79. That day was the 20th, okay, the 20th of September. So on the 20th of September, as you see right here, I'll pull it in for you a little bit. You can see where I earned $289.79 in one day. But that's all been spent. And this is how it was spent. Okay. So now what you have maturing in your balance? Nothing. You have spent it all. Okay. You spent it all. Before it could mature, you spent it. I was not controlling my expenditures, so I spent my earnings before 90 days, so I could not cash out. You will not cash out in 90 days if you spend it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, moving right along. So you see that time period. Note that in the first 30 days or so, my highest day was 105. In the next 30 days, my highest day was $289 in a day. Spend all that money in the first 2 months. Okay, that's the next thing to know. Moving along. Next 30 days. This is the 90-day mark. Now remember, it went from in the second 30 days, it went up as high as 320, the graph did. But my earnings didn't ever get there in the second 30 days. In the 50 to 60 day period, or the 31 to the 59 day maturation time or cycle, my earnings never did reach 320, okay? But they were close. I got as high as 289. So that's why the 320 was included in this graph. In the previous 30-day cycle, which was a little bit after my first 30 days, my highest earnings were like 105. So then I go from 105 to 289. And now I'm all the way up to, in the third cycle, I'm as high as $665. $665.65 in a single day. So by the third month, I was making as much as $665 a day. Now, I only did that one time, okay, in that 30-day cycle. So this is like my third month by that time. So I'm probably like an orange star, maybe a basic green. I don't exactly remember what I was during that time as far as my power user level, but I had to be higher than an orange. Okay. So as you can see, as my power level went up, so did my earnings, from the highest being about 285, then it went over 600. Okay, but I was averaging out, looks like I was averaging out somewhere around about $200 a day on most of those days. And then right here with my earnings, if you're looking at this graph, when you get to about right here on this particular day, then they jump, and then the average goes up. That means that there was an increase in power level. So as my power level increased, so did my earnings. And then of course you have more work to achieve to meet those goals. Okay, so you're building a network, you're expanding a network, you have more work to do, but your earnings are greater. Okay, so you go from right here on a day like this, where I was making something like $339.92, to a day like this where I was making something like $476.34. And it breaks it down for you. As you scroll over the bars, you can see how you earn what you earn and how you spend it. Because I spent it because it is in blue. All right. Moving to the fourth period. Okay. So the first 30 days, then the second 30 days, this is being the third 30 days. So this is between 60 and 90 days. Okay, it's between 60 and 90 days, which would have been September or so, the 24th, all the way to October or so, the 23rd. That somewhere in October would have been my 90-day mark. Okay, highest earnings during that period again was $600, $666, well, it's 665.65. Okay, all right, almost 666. Wow. Okay, moving right along. And so now when you move into the fourth period, which is the fourth 30 days. So now, after 4 months of trial and error, you see that I got green. Okay? And there's some spending going on even in that period. Because, I'm using ad credits. And of course, I got to pay for my power user subscription. And of course, if I'm bidding in the marketplace. And of course, if you're, like I say, using ads, all of that costs you money. And you're spending your money faster than you're earning it. So you can never get to that 90-day cash out. But lo and behold, look at these days. October the 24th, spent. October the 25th, spent. October the 26th, green with a little bit of blue spent. Now, when you point at those details, you can see what's going on, okay, on that particular day. Get my mouse back on there. All right. On October 26th, that was $403.20 added to my balance. But of that, there was only $52.83 spent in ad fees. Okay, so I spent that money in fees. And now from that same day, which is October 26th, I have maturing in my balance $350. So I have been in Empower over 90 days before I start accruing any money toward a cash out. You see what I'm saying? And when I say that, that's not altogether true because you're accruing from day one. But over the course of 30-day cycles, you're also spending. Okay? So now I have a 30-day cycle, the fourth cycle, where I have most of the money, that is from October the 26th to November the 27th, that I have not spent because it is green. Therefore, it is maturing in my balance. Okay? That will be available at some point in time for a cash out if I don't spend it in coming 30-day cycles. So you have to control your expenditures and you have to keep powering up. You have to keep it moving. Get up as high as you can so you can earn more a day. At first, I was earning like $100 most day. Then I earned like $160 some dollars. Then I earned $600 and some dollars in that third period. And now, if you look at this fourth period, you'll see where the graph is all the way up to over $800 a day. And that was a day that I almost earned $800 a day. I earned, by the fourth 30-day cycle, I earned $779.81 in a day. Now, that was all I earned. That was the only day that I earned that much in that cycle. Because if you look at the chart, you can see that that's the only day that went up that high. You see, there's a point here even where my earnings dropped drastically. Why did that happen? Because I was not meeting goal. I was not meeting goal. If you meet goal, do your likes, do your shares, do your postings, do your bidding, do your all these things, listing products, you're going to earn more money. That's what I'm trying to tell you. How mature is your balance? All right. I hope this is sinking in. I hope this is making sense. And I hope I'm not beating a dead horse to death. Now, how mature is my balance? This is my fourth 30-day cycle. Click the button, or the arrow rather, to the right for the next 30-day cycle. And you'll see that my earnings jump in the fifth 30-day cycle even more. I jumped from the 800 to as high as over 900. You see, that's 920. And I had several days at that level. Those were days where I was very active. So the more active you are, meeting your goals, doing what you're supposed to do, the more you earn. Of course, by this time, by the fifth 30-day cycle, I am a Blue Star power user. Okay, I've advanced through all the others. I've done orange, I've done the green, and now I'm a blue power user. As a matter of fact, a Blue Star power user. Okay, so those highest earnings there, very close to $920. And I told you, it's all in green. So that's maturing in my balance. Now, how much was from the previous 30-day cycle? Okay, remember, this is the fifth one. And current one because it goes to December 22nd. And remember I was telling you that's delayed real time. See, this is the 22nd, and the day's date, of course, is the 26th. So there's a 4-day delayed time. Okay? So, I mean, of course, they're not doing it in real time. So your bids that you bid in today, the bids that are being returned, the money that you're spending, the money that you're earning, it's all delayed real time. You do not realize this when you get started. But that's why you're watching this video, because I'm trying to explain this to you so that you can make money sooner than later, so you can cash out faster, get a bigger payout. Okay? Now, there's going to be a little bit of lag in it no matter what you do or what you know, because you got to build that network. You have to list products. Okay? You have to bid in the marketplace. Okay? To make gold. Okay? You do. And you have to list items to make gold. That's to qualify those 4 things: sharing, posting, and listing, and bidding to make gold. And that is what qualifies you for those 30-day payouts, those monthly payouts. FAMCO, CAMCO, TAMCO, ECOs, basically, ECOs, early cash outs. All right, moving right along, and I'm going to wrap this up. Of course, this is the last, and there again, looking at the best day in this 5th cycle, you see I made, and that was on December the 25th. I earned $907.72 in one day. Now, I'm trying to do that on average for the next 18 days or so I can go to that 2nd degree purple power user. It'll take about $20,000 in this balance here for powering up. I have to have about $20,000 there to do that, to go to 2nd degree purple. Hopefully I can do another video and you'll see how that works. At any rate, however much money that I have in here, I'm going to go ahead and use that money to power up to whatever level that I can at that time, okay, before January the 12th. I'm hoping I can have $20,000 in there. If I don't, then I'll just use what's in there and I'll power up to whatever level that I can power up to, okay? Now, there was one more thing I wanted to touch on, and that was the details, okay? And that's what's shown at the top of this, is the details, okay? And in the details, remember I was telling you at the beginning of this video that everything that's highlighted in blue here now is an earning, and everything that's not highlighted in blue is an expenditure, okay? So if you want to look at the details of my balance, okay, to see what exactly I have maturing and how old it is, then you click on the details, okay? So when you click on the details, you give it a chance to load. It's going to load here, and there it is. So now you look at this, and lo and behold, earnings not yet fully 90 days matured. You see that? Earnings not yet fully 90 days matured. Now remember, I'm in my 5th 30-day cycle. So the first 3 30-day cycles, which was 90 days, all that money is spent. Never got it. Spent it before I got to the 90-day mark to have any earnings out. Actually, the way that would have worked is in the 4th 30-day cycle. If anything had been left, I would have been eligible to cash it out at the end of the month as an MCO if I had paid off all of my ad credit utilization, validated my account, got a credit card on my account, paid my ad platform fees, all that kind of jazz. Then I would have been able to get that money in the 4th month, whatever amount it would have been. But of course, I had spent it by then because I'm bidding, I'm meeting goals, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm thinking I'm going to get a cash out. No, didn't get a cash out. Didn't make enough money to get a cash out. Didn't make enough money to get a cash out. Okay? And that's where people normally run into that brick wall that says Empower is a scam. They lied to me all the time. I've been liking, I've been sharing, I've been listing, I've been doing all these things, and I ain't got no money, and I'm never gonna get any money. And they close the chapter. That's where they end. Folks, don't stop there. Please don't stop there. Get past it. Get over it. Learn from this video. You can get paid, but you got to let those earnings mature. They have to mature unless you're getting an accelerated mature cash out. That's something that they came up with because people were not reaching that 90-day fully matured earnings mark. There were not a whole lot of people controlling their expenses to the point to where they had anything left. Okay? They weren't making enough money to have anything left. You get it? It's not a scam. You gotta make it work. How matured is my balance? Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and tie this off. You come over here to how matured is your balance, and you see by pointing here to the details how mature your balance is. Earnings less than 30 days matured. $22,232.68. If I meet all the conditions and that much money reach down here to fully matured, see, everything I have is not yet matured. You see this? Everything I have is not yet matured. See, if you look right here where it says earnings fully 90-day matures, look, nothing. Everything's been spent. I showed you that. But there is $25,000 that is maturing, okay? And if it keeps maturing over time, keeps maturing, and I don't spend, I control my expenditures, I manage my power user subscriptions, I'm going to have that cash out if I meet all the conditions, okay? You get it? All right. Now, moving right along, let's go back to the example, and you see earnings less than 30 days matured, 22,000. Earnings 30 to 59 days matured, only 3,000. And earnings 60 to 89 days matured, nothing. So I don't like, from 3 months ago, which remember, this is my 5th 30-day cycle, all that money is spent. That's why that's zero. You can't go by the fact that I've been in ever since July. I spent it. It's gone. Okay? I hope this video has been very informative for you. I hope that you understand as you look down through your ledger that everything that is in blue over here, those are in fact earnings. And everything that is in gray over here are expenditures. Okay? All right. This is Williams Ford. This has been a good video, very informative video. I hope you will watch it again and again. Share it, like it, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a wonderful, blessed day. I'm out of here. Peace.